Canada's West Coast, Victoria, British Columbia, the site of Raptors training camp. It is day 4. The Toronto Raptors getting set for an inter-squad scrimmage before hitting the road to Edmonton for the first preseason game on October 2nd against the Utah Jazz. Welcome inside the gym at the University of Victoria. Paul Jones alongside former Raptor Alvin Williams, now part of the TV broadcast crew. And Al, let's start with training camp in general. It's a real kind of feel-good time to foster the optimism for the season, get people on the same page. You were here watching practice today, had to bring back some good memories.
No, always, man. When you have the energy and you have everyone here, you have guys that are established, and then you have guys trying to make the team, and then everyone in between, and even the coaches. That brings that energy, and it's the one time, as you mentioned, the optimism is there. Everyone's feeling good. I remember hearing coaches back in the day saying, I've never seen a bad training camp, right? Everyone has that chance to go to the championship. So when you have that energy and the camaraderie and building that chemistry and people really getting a chance to work on their games from what they did in the summertime, it's one of the best times of the year.
All right, let's talk about a guy who worked on his game all of last year, over the summer. He looks good in camp, but as they say, when you're boxing, the bag doesn't hit back. But Scottie Barnes seems to have grown over the course of the season this summer. Al, everybody's looking for him to make a jump this year.
And we said early, man, he's special. And not just from his talent, his approach to the game. He loves basketball. He's what you call a hooper, a baller, whatever it is. I've heard over some reports over in the summertime, always the first one in the gym at every workout, has the same type of energy and passion. And you talk to his coaches, his high school coaches, everyone. Everything is consistent. But when you talk about the talent level, how versatile he is, how he's strapped down on defense, how he's making shots, how he's a playmaker, everything that he does is something where you talk about this player, he's a cornerstone and can be a cornerstone for this team for many years.
Al, when you think about it, and you know, again, we got a chance to watch practice. He's such a great teammate. He's yelling for other guys when they're making big plays. He's
for everybody.
Everybody. He's hugging them. He's chest bumping them. But you've been there where you go from your rookie season to your sophomore season. Here's a guy who's rookie of the year. They're looking for a jump, but in his mind, and you've been there, you have to know that you understand things better the second time around.
Yep, everything slows down. When you're a rookie and when you're young, things happen. You're like, oh, wow, I did that. Oh, wow, maybe I didn't do it the next time or whatever the case may be. Your next year, sometimes you hear the sophomore slump because of the expectation. But a player like Scottie, who has the maturity, who has ability to do so many other things. Notice, Nick doesn't have even call a play for him.
Right.
He gets his own throughout the course of the game. So when you have that ability, that second year, you're going to start seeing, oh, wow, this is how it is. This is what I can do, the confidence level. Now, the biggest thing is how do you adjust when a team makes adjustments? Now you're not going to be a surprise. Right. Teams are going to game plan for you. But once again, he's special because you don't have to draw up a diagram of play for him. So it's going to be an exciting time his second year around.
I'm sure there will be some oh wow moments for Scottie Barnes this year. Let's hear from him after practice today at training camp.
When you were drafted, there were some questions about how you and Pascal would fit on the floor, but it worked out really well. You guys worked really well offensively and defensively together. Why do you think you and Pascal fit so seamlessly together?
I would say, I like to pass the ball. Pascal's a really gifted scorer. When I pass the ball to him, most of the time it's an assist. But it's not that hard to play with these guys. These guys make a lot of the great decisions. They've been here for a long time. They know their chemistry. So me just coming in, I feel like I was being able to fulfill a role and me being able to do what I do. I fit in very well with these guys. I feel like we all give each other that confidence to be able to trust each other on the court. So it was not that hard being able to play with him. It was easy.
And how does your jump shot feel compared to last year, now going into your second camp? Do you feel a lot more confident in it?
I was just shooting right now. I felt pretty good, I was making a lot of shots, so right now it feels really good, So I can't complain, it feels better than last year, But that's just the work that we put in. These coaches, they are on us about shooting a lot, trying to give us development better each and every single day. So, yeah.
Did you tweak something? It looked like your stance is a little bit wider, but that just could be my imagination. Is there any little technical thing you tried to incorporate over the summer with your shooting?
I was just trying to still work on the basics. A lot of form shooting, trying to be able to flick my wrist more, and just really trying to hold my stance. It was really just the basics.
And when you think about shooting, who do you look around your team or around the league and think that's a style, that's an approach to shooting? I wish I could shoot like that.
I wouldn't say I really take anybody's game or anything like that where I say I want to shoot like this guy or that guy. Of course, we all want to shoot like Steph Curry. He makes a lot of shots, But, everybody can't be Steph. But, I'm just trying to be able to get my catch and shoots down, couple off the dribble, sticking to the basics.
Be like Clay then.
I guess. Be like OG.
That was Scottie Barnes. And Al, I want to draw a parallel to the next guy we're going to talk about, Malachi Flynn, very much like Alvin Williams, who became a great professional because he had to be patient and continued to work and waited for his opportunity. I see Malachi much in the same vein.
Yeah, and it's a tough time. But the biggest word you said, being a professional. Coming in, going to work every single day. And you just never know. I remember my rookie year when I was in Portland. Wasn't playing. Kenny Anderson and John Carter got hurt in the same game, and there was no looking back. That was the only way I got in the game. The second string and the first string, I was the only point guard, so I got a chance to play. And then coming here in Toronto, you saw it. I got traded. I was under the bench. Everyone was playing a point guard before me, but I got that opportunity. And once I did, I had the support of my teammates. And Coach Wilkins came in, of course, but I've always stayed a professional, and when my time came, I was ready. So that helped a lot.
It's about staying ready. Let's hear from Malachi Flynn.
It don't feel too different. We got a couple new guys. Team feels real good going in. We had a year kind of to build some chemistry. So guys are feeling good going into the season.
Where do you feel different in terms of coming into this?
I just feel good. I put work in the summer. So just going off of that, just ready to compete and go out and have a good year.
Nick talked about the confidence that you build. We saw those headlines, like 63 one night and 50-something another. And how important was that for you to build that confidence?
I was just trying to go out and have fun, really putting in work all summer. You want to just go out and play, not just work out all the time. So going back home for the Pro-Am, just having fun playing. So it was good to go out there.
That's Malachi Flynn. We thank former Raptor Alvin Williams for his thoughts. And now we get a look at the Raptors' preseason schedule. It starts in Edmonton on Sunday, October 2nd. Another key game against the Boston Celtics, October 5th. A home game at Scotiabank Arena on the 9th against the Chicago Bulls. And it wraps up back in Canada again in Montreal against the Boston Celtics. And training camp, as we heard from Alvin Williams, a time of optimism. But if you're one of the players on a non-guaranteed or at the back end of the roster, it's also a time of trepidation as you work hard to try and make the team. Nick Nurse was asked about that, asked about the sometimes very difficult decisions that the coaching staff and the front office staff are going to have to make to get down to the roster limit that's prescribed by the NBA. Nick Nurse met with the media after practice, and he talked about some of those difficult decisions and how they go about them.
Basically, three guys pretty much fighting for one spot. If you look at the way things break out, what do they have to show you?
Well, I think it's always a case of, first of all, how the roster ends up looking as we go here through the preseason games. It may come down to, the two sides of it, right? Is it a need for the roster by position or size or whatever, or is it whoever's playing the best and you just, right? So it'll be interesting. I think you can make a case for just about everybody, and we'll start dialing that in a little bit right now.
Has it felt competitive amongst some of those guys early in camp?
For sure. We do a staff vote every single day, and that vote changes every single day. So you can tell it's competitive, yeah.
Is it a matter of them elevating their game or them adapting to what you need specifically?
Well, I think most cases, Doug, are they going to be able to understand what we're doing, execute what we're doing, not make too many mistakes, be opportunity type scorers. And again, I think that being on the same page out there and being able to execute at both ends so that you're fitting in is always right at the top of the list. Competitive fire and drive, are you going to compete and play super hard? That always is 1A probably, 1 and 1A. So it'll be interesting. It's a battle for sure.
Last guy in was Josh Jackson, right? I mean, he's the last guy into the additionally.
Probably.
Why him, and what were you looking for there? Like, what was?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that his strength lies at the defensive end, right? We feel like he's one guy that can and has had some success and experience of like going out and full denying a hot player, or has the speed and athleticism and some length. To just kind of be one of those guys that's a nuisance on defense, right? It's kind of his thing, so that's why we have him in and we're looking at him.
Can you talk about Scottie's jump shot? Is anything with it or
I would say it feels like it's better, and he's making more in the rhythm of what we're doing, right? He's not hesitating to take them at all, the threes. He's still doing the rest of the stuff. He's kind of got that long, slow, strong drive, where he puts it in the basket. He's got that kind of pull-up thing that he does when he's got a size advantage, but the frequency and the confidence with which he's letting them go is certainly on the rise.
So that's it from the University of Victoria. Training camp and practices done in this facility. The team will fly to Edmonton on Saturday and take on the Utah Jazz in Edmonton on Sunday as they open the preseason. We say thank you for watching us here on Raptors Today. For me, Paul Jones, Travis, Evan, and Jake, we'll see you next time.